All right, welcome everyone to the Sakai Teaching and Learning group. I feel like I have to be all formal because it's being recorded. The link to the Teaching and Learning Etherpad is if you scroll up on the chat, it's at the top there, etherpad.ctils.org/p/TL 2015 April 1. And let's take a look at the agenda here. So welcome, and I guess the first thing is any project updates and announcements. We'll try and take about 5 minutes for that. We have some things posted in here. Just if anything isn't posted in here, is there anyone who wants to talk about their project for a few seconds and give an update before I go down the list that's on the Etherpad? Okay, well, we'll just go down the list here, and if somebody thinks of something they want to add or any changes, feel free to jump in. So the first thing I thought I saw come through on the email that there's a presentation today on Xerte Online Toolkit, which is an open source project under Apereo, award-winning open source tools for e-learning developers and content authors. That sounded really interesting and relevant, so I thought I'd paste that information in here. The webinar is at noon Eastern today, and there's connection details on the Etherpad. The second thing is I wanted to mention that I was trying an experiment for a community brainstorm of survey questions. So I have these surveys we do every year on Sakai upgrade plans for institutions and on tool usage. I thought it might be interesting to see if there were additional questions that the community wanted to hear about. And so if you want, go to that Confluence page and add in any questions you're thinking about, and then I'll vet them by the Sakai PMC. If you want, what I can do is stay a couple minutes extra after this meeting if we want to have like a mini brainstorming session. Yeah, sort of like a crowdsourcing thing. That's right. So again, totally open. Anything you think of that you think might be of interest. And then the next announcement is the Teaching with Sakai Innovation Award. So do any of the folks on the call, I guess, Louisa, I think you're here. Did you want to say anything about the Teaching with Sakai Innovation Awards? Or is it more just announcing that you and Cheryl Brown from UCT are the co-chairs for next year?
I think Salva's still here. Can she talk?
Yeah. Hi, this is Salwa. We've selected our co-chairs. Very excited about that. So it's Lisa and Cheryl Brown from University of Cape Town in South Africa. And then yesterday we met with Ian Dolphin on expanding the Twizia concept to other projects. And basically we agreed to keep the committee focused on teaching and learning. And Ian's feeling was that if other projects are interested in joining the process, that they would have to bring resources in terms of people and other, perhaps even funding to join the process. But of course, this is a discussion in progress, so nothing was actually decided. We're just starting a conversation, really.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. The next item okay, so that was what the next item there is Sakai 11. The schedule is getting a little bit more from that. By the way, I'll ask you to please mute yourself. You're not talking, because you hear the typing and chattering and all that stuff. So if you wouldn't mind muting yourself, makes it a little easier to hear. Sakai 11 schedule is firming up. I had the Sakai core team has come up with, I think, a more realistic schedule for Sakai 11. I'm happy to share that right now, although there's going to be more discussion on it, so I'll be sending that out to the list. Let's see. I had that just a second ago. Here we go. So this is really a very, very draft page, but it has an outline of what the Sakai 11 schedule probably could be. Let's see, get back to Etherpad and I'll paste it in. And some key things about this is that we're tentatively gonna try doing testing in April, in this month, like the second week of April. We're thinking about getting a QA effort involved, which would be testing Dr. Chuck Severance removed iframes, and so we have more what's called inlining of tools, and so we want to test that. Morpheus, which is the responsive design, is in our trunk environment, but still needs a little bit of work. We're thinking it's going to need another month worth of work or so, month and a half. Let me see other major things. So roughly, we're thinking that during the Open Apereo conference, we'll still be working on figuring out what goes into Sakai 11. So we can there's still room to find other opportunities for things that could get into Sakai 11. We're going to try and identify scope, kind of nail down scope around that time. And probably the fourth quarter of this year is when we're thinking Sakai 11 would be released. So it's a very high level and still needs a bit more vetting, but it's feeling to me like it's getting a lot more realistic now that we have Morpheus in trunk. We kind of have a sense of where the gradebook project is at and the LEAP project and so forth. So I think that covers it. I mean, I don't know if there's any, I'm not aware of any updates that are needed for the other projects since the last meeting we had. I don't know if anyone wants to chime in or if anyone has questions. Oh, and the other thing is I'm thinking of doing another set of testing in May, which would be for, assuming like Morpheus gets firmed up, then it would be for like Morpheus testing, responsive design testing. So kind of thinking, and now, thinking about two different iterations of testing cycle. Any questions or other inputs? All right, I'm going to go ahead then and go to the next agenda item, which is using the lessons tool as a course portal. So Louisa, I will give you presenter privileges.
Thank you, Neil. I'm going to upload a PDF here. If you could bear with me a second.
Oh, and I see while you're doing that, I see that there were questions that came in from on the side, so I didn't notice those questions while I was talking. So briefly, while you're setting up, Louisa, I'll answer them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're having a meeting with Flying Kite with Steve Slinsberg soon, and so we'll have more information on that. And Gradebook is making good progress, but there's still a bit of work. In fact, it looks like Gradebook is going to need a bit more work than in terms of timeline. It seems like Gradebook is probably the thing that's going to hold us up a little bit compared to Morpheus. Morpheus is responsive design, and what that means is designing Sakai so that it can automatically sense what size screen you're on, and then adjust how it does the layout based on the size of the screen. And Dave responded, it's meant to provide a better set of response layouts in mobile and any other type of device. And Morpheus has been in production longer than Gradebook, and that's true. Thank you, Dave. Did that answer the questions? Okay.
Well, thanks for your patience. The PowerPoint is almost ready.
I can take any questions while people are still waiting.
Neil, this is Tricia. I have a question about, wondered if you had heard anything more from Chuck Severance about doing an LTI presentation for us.
Good question. I'll have to ping him again. Yeah, I think he will be interested in doing an LTI presentation. So I'll just try to get him nailed down to a date.
Yeah, because we have 2 open in April.
Right. I'll mention that to him. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
And also, one kind of exciting thing is that Chuck said that after about mid-April, he'll have a lot more time to work on Sakai. So he'll probably be doing a lot of, work on Sakai systems. So he might have some interesting things to say about that.
Are you ready, Louisa?
Yeah. Can you see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So today's topic, I'm going to talk about Lessons Tool as the central hub for a course site. We have many terms throwing around here, like course portal or centric hub. And yeah, basically, it's a central piece for a course site. The user or the student will go to the lessons pages and go through all the learning activities. All right. So I think when we talk about this usage of lessons, you kind of surprised. Why do you need to create a new structure navigation for a course using only one tool that's designed for content delivery only, originally in Sakai LMS? So I think it's something like came out from the actual use of this lesson tool in the classroom. People feel that it's necessary. So I throw out this metaphor here. I see Sakai right now like a LMS superstore. So it's a perfect layout. You have aisles of tools, and you can go to each one and pick up the things you want. You don't have to use all the tools. You can just go to the aisle and pick up what you want. There are many ways to go to that aisle, very similar to Home Depot or Lowe's. You go through different doors and pick up the things you want. However, this map is very useful to the people who knows the layout and experienced users, right? So if you have no clue, you are new to this whole home improvement idea, and you go in there, if you just want a light bulb, where do you go? There are lots of banners and notifications on the wall and on top of the ceilings, but you cannot even find notifications on the ceiling because you don't know where to look. So for the new users, it's very confusing. All right. So similarly, in the Sakai, when we talk about the teaching tips for the online teachers or anybody, TAs, we often offer this kind of helping tips to the students. Say, please click on the syllabus to start. All right, please go to the left menu bar, do something. All right, and keep repeating this helping tips. Tell the students where to click. All right. Oh, thanks, Dave. I wonder if you have encountered similar kind of scenario. You have to repeatedly tell the student what to do, where to click. All right. Some instructor I've seen that have to send out several notifications or announcement in a week to tell them where to find stuff. Especially when some faculty I have seen, they don't use the lessons tool. They used to run the whole class in the resources. They have to keep telling the students, go to folder 1, go to folder 5 in the resources, click that folder, go to the subfolder, find the required readings, then go to another folder, go to supplementary readings, this kind of idea. So we try to push the idea of lessons and the lesson builder tool, the old Maletti and the lesson tool. It became a little bit better, but when you talk about it, you have to use the assignment tool or the quizzes. You have to keep repeating those instructions. You know, click on the left menu, go to assignments. So it's awkward. So this whole process is awkward. Now, so I have another metaphor thrown out at you. So would you provide a map or would you provide a GPS? I remember several years ago when we first started using the GPS in the car navigation, we have heard the old drivers or the veteran drivers ridiculing these GPS system, saying that what kind of idiot you are. Why do you need a GPS? You just look at the signs on the highway and you can find where New York City is. So I think it's a similar situation in the LMs right now. We don't have veteran students here. All we have is a new student to a new topic. They are disoriented. So if you just throw out a map to them, even if it's a perfectly designed map, they still get lost. So I would prefer to give them a well-designed GPS. Just turn right, turn left, go ahead, go there, and then they arrive at the destination. So I have this idea, and I think it might help the process well. So I list several benefits here. I wonder if you agree with me. So I think it would definitely save a lot of time for the instructor and for the students. Okay, it can also save time for the technical support. I also do technical support in the office, so I have received many students who was asking where to find things. Yeah, so I think it definitely have benefits for everybody. Oh, thank you, Christy. So I'm going to show you what I heard from the students and the instructor. This is a direct quote from the lessons survey we conducted last fall. I think it was started in October, finished around November. So this instructor says, I've seen many faculty use lessons as a hub for all their content. So for the future of Sakai, I can see the potential for it to move away from being a tool-centric system to an optional lessons-centric system. If you look at other LMS like Blackboard and Moodle and even Canvas in some way, this is now it's designed. Okay, I think many instructors, the more they use the lessons, the more they use the Sakai, the more they come to the same conclusion that we need a central guiding system for the users. It's not just tell them where to go. Go to the assignments, go to the quizzes. You just simply say step 1, step 2, step 3, and then they can go through the whole learning process. So the next screen, I think, is the most telling. So here I have to brag a little bit. Last year, Marist won a TWICE award for a fashion MOOC designed by the students. And those students didn't stop there. They continue working on that MOOC. And it's a second round of students, not the first round, they all graduate. So the second round of students design a MOOC in a way that they prefer to see. They think this is what they want. Let me show you. We show them all the tools in Sakai, and this is what they presented to us. If I enlarge it, is there any way to enlarge it? Okay. Okay, do you guys see it? Okay, let me use the hand tool. Okay, you can see that they hide all the tools and they change the names of those tools. The structure, that's the syllabus tool. The classroom, that's the lessons tool. The mail, that's message tool. The quiz, test and quizzes, the grades, the grade book, and a help button. So this is what they put on the lessons page. Yeah, they have a introduction, and then all the sub pages is perfectly laid out. So the quiz is right here in this whole process. This is how they go through this MOOC. They are right now testing this MOOC, plan to launch it sometime in May. So they possibly present to future Marist students, first-year fashion student, and possibly some high schoolers. Yeah, so this is the students' perspective. This is what they want. Okay. There are some questions. I will take questions very quickly. So when you use these lessons as a central hub, I put together several things that I think many people would want to do. We definitely want to hyperlink to many other pages. We definitely want to have a customized page design like CSS. So many people have been talking about how to use our own CSS. And also we need notifications. They've been talk about how you put the announcement tool inside the lessons. So far we cannot. And of course, how to hide the other tools. I'm gonna go to the demo very quickly to show you what we use. And also, there was an email the other day were saying how to track the user behavior using all those lessons pages, like in the Google Analytics. I don't know how to do that. So these are some features I think would be useful if we use lessons as a central hub. So these are the problem or challenges I have seen when using lessons. The tool integration, the page navigation. It's not the navigation inside the tool itself. It's the page navigation of the lessons pages, and also page layout and design. Okay, now I'm gonna demo what we have done in some of the courses. Let me see if I can share the desktop very quickly. Sometimes it has a problem. Okay. Wow, do you guys see it? Yes, okay, very good, very good. This time is really fast. Okay, so I'm on the student view. I'm going to a course called Art of Teaching Online. We set this up to deliver the Art of Teaching Online course. Let me see here. Oh, I have to log out here. Okay, go here. All right, it's just like a regular course. You have announcement here, introduction of the course. If you look on the left, we have used this page order helper tool to help us to hide some of the tools here. All right, so you can see here, assignment, tests and quizzes, resources, wiki, these are hidden, so students don't see them. And you can see this syllabus, introduction, topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, and a wrap up. All right, so on each of the pages, you have a brief introduction, what should I be doing, and then link to many other tools. This is a lessons page. This is a forum discussion. And then they move on to the next top level page, which is topic 1. You can either click on the left or just click on this button or click on this next button. You go to the next one, go to the topic 1. All right, so if you click topic 2 on the left menu, it's the same navigation. You go to the next page. So you have all those things you need to do today. All right, when you finish, wrap up and description and tell you you have to go through this survey. So this is generally how this is laid out. And then, but of course you are thinking, you know, when you go to this lessons page, go to this course site, you want to see immediately what the course is about. For example, you go to see the syllabus immediately, right? So this is the first thing you want to see. Or the introduction. The introduction page is the first thing I want to see. How do you do that? Let me show you an experiment I did, but I need to go in as a different person now. Okay. All right, let's see if I can go here. I think this is the one. All right, so I received a screenshot from far away from Oxford about a month ago, and this is what he wanted to use as a homepage. So I played around with it and put this here. This is not one screenshot, okay? This is many. So these links are all active, right? So this is what the students see when they come here. So if they want to see teaching administration, this page, so they click here and they go in there. If you look on the left here, you don't see this teaching administration 3B. You don't see this is 3B here. You don't have to click on the left menu anywhere. You just click on here. So click on teaching administration, go to this page, and you go back home, click, go back home, click on teaching resources, click, you're in 3C, and you go back home. So it's like a website. Everything is hyperlinked properly and looks pretty. Well, I hope so. Well, it's a experiment, so I try to play with the navigation a little bit. So you can see using the rich text editor, and you can also have this beautiful buttons here and lay out perfectly. Okay, now I'm going to show you what's happening behind the scene, and the beautiful and the ugly. I would say that this navigation is really messed up. Okay, so it's here. All right. So this is the lessons page. First of all, the home page is still here. I just use the page order helper to hide it. So I go to home page, page order helper here. I move all the three test pages on the top. So this home test 3 page is the first thing you see when you enter the course site. So the home is underneath here, it's hidden. So you can see it's hidden. All right, now next go to home test 3. You can see that I inserted several rich text editor boxes and put those links and the text in here. Now these are all screenshots of images. If you click edit, you can see that I put just this pictures here. They are all aligned in the middle, so when you stretch the pages, they will still stay in place. And these here, this is just a text, a line in the middle, and then I can make hyperlinks here. For example, this one, I cannot link to the sub pages, so I linked, use a hyperlink link to the Marist College homepage. All right. Most difficult part actually are these 2 pages. These 2 pages. These are 3B and 3C. They are top level pages. I wonder if you have tried to link top level pages inside a rich text editor. So if you click edit, you can see that these 2 are screenshots. I linked to the top level pages. This is the unique link for this top level page. I'm gonna show you how I get that page. It's extremely difficult for me. I wonder if you have found a better way to do it. Okay, These are not linked. These two are subpages. Okay. I wonder if I have time to demo how to get those links. I have a lesson builder page here. I'm going to show you how I did that.
So Louise, a time check, since you mentioned it, we'd like to wrap up around 10:45, so it's in you have about 13 minutes, and it would be nice if you could address some of the questions also, so you might want to time it that way.
Okay, let me see if I can get this. Thank you, Neil. So when you have a lessons page, you can use this button, add a subpage, this button, to link to the other pages. For example, if I want to link to the 3C, this is what I would do. So click on Add a Subpage, click Choose Existing Page, and this is 3C. So I pick this and use the selected item. All right, so this is 3C here. If I want to get a unique link to this page, it's not easy. So what I did before was open this page on a separate tab. Okay, try to get this link. Okay, get this link. And then go back. Let's see if I make the link here, see what happens. If I click this link, it opens up a new tab. This is not what I wanted. I want the student to stay right here, just right inside here, right? Not going anywhere else. I don't want them to open separate tabs. So I tried many ways to try to get this unique link, but I finally realized it's not the unique link of this page 3C. So I wonder, is there any way to do it? So what I did, I went to the index of pages and see if I get this link. See, you can see this 3C, all right? So what I did, right click on here and say copy link location, all right? And let me show here. Okay, this is a link. I wonder if you can see this. You can also try it in your own Sakai instance. Now, the beginning part of it, you can see this one. I learn tool, this link, all right? So if I copy this and return to the lesson, so let me try this link. All right, say okay, save. All right, if I try this link, it actually very funny. You can see I linked it to 3C, right? But it goes to the lesson builder page. It doesn't make any sense. I did a lot of digging, finally realized that the navigation is totally messed up. So whatever page you are on, so for example, if you go to the home page 3, if you click on the index of pages, all those links are generated based on where you are. So the unique link for home page 3 in here is different from the unique link. You click on 3B, you click on index of pages, it's different here. So if you want to get the unique link for homepage 3C, you need to go to homepage 3C, click on index of pages, and then go here, this one, copy link location. Oh, not this one. All right, so get this here. This is the unique link for 3C. So copy it over, copy, go to lesson builder here, edit, make this link, And also in the target, you make sure it's inside the same frame. So use the same window, self. Okay, click OK. And click on Save. All right, now let's try this. So if you click on Link to 3C, so we should go here, all right? Click on Link C, finally. And then you can go to 3C. And you can see these breadcrumb links are correct, home test 3C. So the navigation is totally messed up. I don't know how to fix it technically or who to talk to. If you want to have a homepage like this, you have to figure out this navigation through many hours of work. I don't think the regular instructors would be able to do this. So this is a question I post out here for everybody. You know, this is a big problem for the navigation. Okay. So for the page layout, we have several questions here. CSS, rich text editor. George, go through this very quickly. So we have this design for multiple column design when we had a discussion with Espress Labs. This is what they did when we tried to design the wireframe. So they figured out this kind of a block design. So each element on the page would be like looking like a block. So you can snap two blocks together as a group or one block as a separate here. This is just UI and UX changes. So if you want to change some of the layout or functionality, this is open for discussion. So let's see if this one work for you guys. I call it a grid layout design. So you have many grids. You can have a giant grids occupy the entire horizontal line, or you have side by side two grids for two different things. You can have one pole or the second pole side by side, or you can have three things: a quiz, assignment, and a reading. So side by side, it's very easy to see. So this is open for discussion. Okay, it's almost 10:40, so I think I'm just finish up here. All right, so I think we're just figuring out a new way that LMS can be used. So don't freak out too much that we are designing a new MS. No, we just the same LMS, we just figure out the new way to use it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna take questions. So when I talk about the navigation problem, it's actually more complicated than that, but I don't have enough time to demonstrate that. So if you want to ask me offline, I can show you or have a phone call to show you how problematic it is. Okay, so let's see the questions. Wow, there are a lot of questions. Where do I start here? Okay. You guys discussed so much. Okay, where does it?
So, Louisa, I'll help you.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just going to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Laura asked, do you hide the later lessons until a specified date, or can students work ahead at their own pace?
In the lessons, you can set up the open date for the lessons page. You can do either way. You can either hide the lessons page, or you just go to the page settings and set up open date. You can do either way.
And it probably depends on your learning objectives for your students, right? Definitely,
yeah.
Okay, let's see. Louisa, those links, sorry, this keeps jumping around. Let's see if I can find that. Louisa, those links work really well with, oh, shoot.
Yeah, I also try
and
to
then it
see
jumps away because somebody is typing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can find that again. That was Dave's question. Dave, you might want to just come on the mic and.
Yeah, I'm here. So,
Thanks.
Louisa, one of the questions I had has to do with, so one of the things that we do is when we have a course that's well built, we actually like to replicate or duplicate that course to reuse it or reteach it. And so one of my questions has to do with the build out this way, so that when the course is replicated, how much work does a course instructor have to do in order to re-prep the course based on the fact that those links that we're putting in there like this are probably going to be pointing to the previous course?
It depends on where the links to. So if you linking to the tools inside the same course, you don't have to change all the links. If the links directing to the resources, you just have to import the resources and the lessons at the same time. And those links are active in the new course. So
right,
it's a very...
Those links don't become static links. For example, if I right-click on a frame and I say grab this link, and I throw that link in there, but then I replicate the course, is that not pointing to the previous course?
That I haven't tested because this is experiment I just did last week. So I haven't tested the importing to a new course. That'd be interesting, yeah. But when I figure out how to get the link, it's not that difficult. But the whole process was very painful, yeah. So yes, that indeed can be a problem, yeah. But besides that, you have to publish all the assignments or quizzes so those links become active. Yeah, that might take a while.
Louisa, I'm kind of curious. I wonder if you leveraged lessons in such a way that you had, release dates throughout a course and left the assignments with very broad open and close dates, so that when the course is replicated, they're already ready. It just means that lessons is sort of the gatekeeper for all that content. Just an idea.
Oh, yes, definitely. I have seen faculties doing that. I have seen one online course, all assignments open for 2 years. So when each semester the faculty create a new course size, he doesn't need to change the open dates, the open and close dates. Very clever, yeah. I would definitely try that in my future workshop course sites, yes.
And I'm going to encourage others, if you have questions, we have about another minute, to just come on the mic if you can, or maybe retype it in the chat if you don't have audio, because the chat jumps around so much it's hard to find the questions.
I have a question. It's Fabi here from Oxford.
Hello.
Hi, thank you, Louisa, for the presentation. Very useful. Here, we only started using the Lesson 2 since September. I have a member of staff here. She's been using Lesson 2 for peer review. And have you tried the peer review feature, the rubric?
When you say peer review, do you mean the peer assessment tool inside the assignment tool?
No. We are talking about Lessons 2 here. In the Lessons 2, you can allow the students to create their own content by using the student pages feature. And then,
that one.
Yeah,
okay.
On that one, you can allow them to, there are two ways of doing that. One is provide a comment to each page, and then another way of doing that is to using the peer review feature. There's a sample rubric there, allows you to just, for aspect, for example, or essay or paper, they can click on the cell which has like 1, 2, 3, 4 as a score. And have you tried that? Because I found it when I tried that, and it doesn't work as well as I hoped.
No, I only know about lessons, the comment tool and the student page. I was not aware of the peer review. We are using 2.9 plus. I don't know if we are using the same version of lessons.
I'm not sure which version we're using.
Yeah, I don't know if
we're using the latest version. We're using the latest version of the
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. This is very interesting. I might talk to you about that, the peer review function.
I mean, I have a lot of questions to share with you, and probably I will send you an email. I would like to. You've been using Lesson 2 for a while,
Yeah.
And I mean, this faculty, she's been using it very actively. She tried to use prerequisite and try to use the peer review and also selective relay, the selective release. For example, hide the content until certain time to be automatically released. Yeah, she's been using it very in a very sophisticated way. I've been learning it myself, but I got a lot of questions about. You mentioned earlier how you can deal with the tools which are hidden, for example, and for example, the forums tool, and then if the people go to the forums topic via the lessons tool, whether or not you allow them to go by the left-hand side or not. Yeah.
Okay,
so
thank you.
I'm interested in finding out that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some comment. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So I think I might be able to take one more question. Is there one more question there? I'm looking.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots. It makes me wonder if we should even.
I'm overwhelmed.
Maybe we should bring the topic back for more, interactive question and answer for another time. Do like a mini presentation of it to review at a later meeting, and then bring back the questions because we probably don't have time to get to all of them.
I put my email in the chat, so if I miss any of your questions, you can contact me offline, and we may continue the discussion. All right, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, thank you. I think that was great, and I think that it seems like there's interest in other people sharing what they're doing with lessons and having more discussion on it. It could be a cool topic, which is a great segue into the next thing, which is and peer review is also of interest. Okay, cool. So that's perfect. Let me see. I'll do screen sharing. Let me make sure I have everything up here. Let's see. I want to get back to the notes here. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen just to share the wiki that we're taking notes in. Let's see, and then we can brainstorm a little bit on plugin blocked. Don't do that to me. I might have to unblock my plugin. Let's see. Okay, retry. And I think it's now working. It always wants me to upgrade my version of Java, which I'm afraid to do, but I will try that sometime offline. All right, so everyone can see that. Let's see. I'm doing a session on lessons. That's going to share with the ways of using lessons. Awesome. So was that for Open Apereo you're talking about? Cool. So Saul was announcing that at Open Apereo, she's going to do a sessions on lessons and ask for others to share their ways of doing lessons. So awesome. All right, let's go to the Etherpad, and so we have up here, we have April 8th, next week we have the CK editor from Huawei, page layout discussion. April 15th, we have ePortfolios, University of Virginia and Notre Dame. We still have some open topics. We have some pending things. Karuta, we talked about doing use cases, developing use cases for Karuta and brainstorming those. And the Karuta team is very excited about that. And they said maybe late May that they would be interested in doing a presentation on that and having discussion on that, or we, actually they would not be presenting the use cases. They'd be asking for portfolio use cases and how they could fit into Karuta. And there's still Dr. Chuck, and I just need to nail him down on a date to talk about LTI or possibly even just overall Sakai development or whatever is of interest to this group. Let's see. So, and we've talked about lessons. So I'm wondering if it sounds like there might, might be more interested in having additional discussion and presentations on lessons here, and that might fit really well into furthering the discussion at Open Apereo. I mean, if you all think that is a good idea. And I'm not looking at the chat window, so I don't know if you guys are discussing that on chat.
I think it's a good idea, but I'm not going to be at the Open Apereo conference. This is Dave Eveland. Okay.
Well, all the more reason maybe to have an online version, and then continue conversation Open Apereo, and maybe we can get that recorded. There's some recording going on at Open Apereo, but I don't think all the sessions are. So that's something we could check into. So Dave, did you want to sign up for April 22nd or 29th to share what you're doing on lessons and continue the conversation?
Yeah, April 28th. I wouldn't mind to do that. I would enjoy doing that.
Cool.
I need to check and see which date is actually better. So
okay.
Either of those days will probably work. Let me check.
Okay. I thought I saw some other suggestions also go through in the chat. Let's see.
Huawei was offering to do a session on his experience with the lessons tool in the future, but I'm not sure when he's interested in doing that. Huawei, do you want to?
I am interested, and I'm able to share. I'm happy to share. Yeah. In April or May, I won't go to the Apereo conference unless be paid by my boss or someone else, or paid by the foundation. I'm very happy to go. Anyway, anyone can offer. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy to share my experience of using the lessons too. Yeah.
What are some possible dates for you in terms of Wednesdays that you're available?
What are the possible dates then? The 22nd or 29th?
Right, and I think most of the dates in May are available at the moment. Karuta was looking about something in late May, so probably other dates. Let me take a look at calendar. Now I'm showing you all my calendar. That's fun. So let's see.
Yeah, I booked my Wednesdays, for the call.
So maybe somebody else can look at the calendar.
May 6th, 13th, and 20th.
May 13th. Yeah, fine. 13th is fine.
13th?
Yeah.
Okay, you're signed up.
Awesome.
Maybe after Dave talking about it, maybe I will have nothing to add, but I will say.
Okay, and Dave is signed up for the 22nd. Great. Are there any other topics or?
Hi, this is Louisa. I'm wondering if I could get a chance to discuss the lessons functionalities. So after seeing a lot of experience using the lessons, would you like to discuss the functionality improvement? For example, the navigation really messed up in lessons. It took me so many hours to figure out how to do it. So if we could get a chance to discuss that, that'd be great.
Sure. You want to plan for May 20th? Would that work?
Technically, yes, but let me look at my calendar. 20th, yes.
And Christy DeCarolis chatted that she would like to share what they're doing with lessons as well. And I don't know if we want to combine that with Huawei or Louisa, or Christy, do you think you would need your own pen?
If Christy is sharing what she's doing, so maybe she should go before me.
Okay.
I'm happy to share with me if she wants to.
Great.
Yeah.
So
and I don't mind to split my time with somebody else either.
And Christy, are you available on May 13th? Okay, she thinks so. So we'll have you tentatively on that with Huawei, and if it doesn't work out for you, Huawei can do that.
Yeah, that's great. I think if people want to combine, that's a great idea, like a little panel discussion. Or if you think like today, obviously, Louisa, you had so much to present, it made sense for you to be on your own. You could almost have used like a whole other session. You know?
Yes, please give me sessions.
So, you know, that's a possibility too. You know, it might be that Davey does a presentation, and if there's time, you know, we can have broader discussion, or I don't know. The other thing, I have a suggestion, which is one of the things we're doing, but we really haven't. It hasn't taken off, and it's okay if it doesn't. But I've been trying to also incorporate how we monitor JIRA for teaching and learning group. In other words, sometimes there's issues that come up in JIRA. What would be really helpful to get input from the teaching and learning group, and I've been labeling them occasionally. It'd be nice to get other people. I know JIRA is kind of an intimidating system. Not everybody wants to get into it, but for those of us who, you know, who do, we can, you know, review how we kind of tag issues, and we could potentially have a session reviewing issues that have been tagged so far and see, you know, where they're at and what kind of input we'd want to give, and just kind of go as far down whatever issues there are. Does that make sense?
Sure.
And I'm happy to do that anytime. So I could, I think I'm available April 29th. So I could take that one for JIRA issues that are relevant to teaching and learning. Well, of course, all JIRA issues are relevant for teaching and learning, but the ones that have been tagged.
Right. Yeah, that would be useful, I think, to see what's out there right now.
We'd also talked about doing a session on peer review.
Oh, yeah. Who was that just talking?
That was
Salwa. Okay.
just to remind you guys, the open apparel is by the end of May, so there'll be 1 week we cannot meet.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So that last week, probably we won't be meeting, right?
Let me check the dates.
It's the 27th, I guess?
No, the starting 31st, Sunday, then going on to the first week of June. So that week, 24th, we can still meet, but not June 1st.
Right. Which is technically the 3rd of June for Wednesday. So no meeting because we'll be at the conference.
Right. No
Some of
meeting
us will be.
at the conference for sure. Well, I see we're getting close to end of time, but feel free to send any of us your ideas for future topics for this meeting. And also, I wanted to make sure to say a thank you to Blindside Networks. Blindside Networks are the folks who are providing us this big blue button space and providing the recording and saving the recordings. So that's just a tremendous contribution by that group.
Yeah, it's going really well too, I have to say. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I noticed that the flash screen error disappeared this time, so good job.
Yeah. All right, so I think we should go ahead and wrap up. But like I said, feel free to send your ideas either directly to me or Gail or Tricia, or just post them on the Teaching and Learning list, and we'll keep thinking about what the future sessions could be like. And I'm sure as some of those projects mature a bit, I'm sure they might want to also have more time, as we make progress on the Samago, the STEP project, and the grade work and so forth. We might want to get those guys to present. Well, they're also presenting on the bigger to the whole community as well. I'm sure you guys have seen those notifications. All right, so take care, everybody. I'm going to stop the recording right now.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Louisa.
Thanks.